Another question about listening comprehension. Enjoy your videos. I don't agree with everything, but more or less we aligned. There's one thing you've said many times that I want to get one of us to see the other way. In general, you say learn tons of sentences and you learn all the aspects of the language. We didn't learn this or that when we were babies, so it's not needed. Yeah. Have you considered the fact that you might not be hearing or might not be aware of all the features in the example sentences? The easiest thing that jumps to mind is pronunciation. But let me know if you feel that's no fair game and we can turn to something else. Um, the thing is, pronunciation, you have to work on it with specific exercises. Obviously, you need to listen to native speaker content regularly. And if you listen to native speaker content, like I'm doing with Japanese right now, I'm slowly introducing more and more native speaker podcasts. I don't listen. I don't listen to it a lot. I just listen to it once or twice a day, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and that's enough. Just to get an idea of how much I understand, how much real Japanese I understand. But the real breakthroughs in listening comprehension come from learning massive amounts of sentences. So you learn the vocab, you learn the grammar, so you know these words and the sentences that they're using. But then, like you said, if you know, if you can understand the sentences when you read them, but you don't know the pronunciation, then you will not understand them because of connected speech or specific, which is pronunciation in general, right? They don't sound like you think they will sound. Those words. That's what shadowing is for. Shadowing is great for that, specifically with the sentences that you've been learning, because if you get used to shadowing the same sentence, if you do it regularly, you take 100 sentences and you shadow them and you do the first sentence 5 times, the second sentence 5 times, and you do the whole thing, 5 reps, which with each sentence, you will pay attention to a lot of you. If you pay attention, you will notice a lot of small details. You will notice how specific words sound when they are next to each other. How the tone of the language was, how the upwards and the backwards tones of the language. You'll notice how specific combinations of letters sound. Like in English, for example, almost everyone in Spain says mountain as mountain, because if you read it in Spanish with a Spanish mind, OU is O and AI is I, so mountain. But if you have shadowed one sentence in which they say mountain, they'll say mountain instead of mountain. And there's that with lots of other things. I should still do it more for English. I stopped doing it ages ago, and my English just kind of plateaued after that. After my C2 speaking exam years ago, I should go back to doing it because I was not making noticeable improvement just by doing that. Just more shadowing. Things like vegetables, or even worse, like vegetables. That all comes from your mind. If you look at the text, your brain will think of that word as the way pronunciation works in your own language. So that's the way you will instinctively say it. Not exactly like that, but somewhere in between. Usually, if you're really bad, then you'll say it exactly the way it would sound in your native language. But if you do lots of shadowing with complete sentences, each time you say it, you notice, oh yeah, this small thing, and they say it like that, and the more you do it, the better you get at it. But you need to do a lot of it. Just get used to just take 15 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day if you're busy, but you've got time, long term. Like if you want to improve long term, and if you do 5 to 10 minutes a day of shadowing with the target language daily. In a few months, you'll sound way better. In a few weeks, probably. In fact, I should. This always reminds me that I should go back to doing it for English, but I just can't find the time these days.